Good morning, and welcome to episode 169 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. Israel and Hamas remain far apart on a ceasefire as well as negotiations to free hostages. China and Russia renew their bonds to fight back against what they call U.S. attempts to dominate the world. Amid these global tensions and renewed concerns about out-of-control debt, gold and silver continue to shine. So let's start there and let's look right at the numbers. This week, gold is up 3.3% to $2,348.80 an ounce from $2,272.80 last week. Silver's up 6.8%, continuing its recent surge. It's at $28.14 this morning. Last week, this time, it was at $26.35 an ounce. Platinum is up 6.7% to $990 from $928 an ounce last week. And palladium's your big winner this week, up 10.1% to $1,119 an ounce. Last week it was $1,016 an ounce. With silver outpacing gold again this week, we see that gold-silver ratio, the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold, drop again. It's down to 83.70. It was 86.54 last week. Of course, we're still above that magical number of 80, suggesting that both gold and silver prices are still low, not high. And the U.S. dollar index has retreated a bit this week. It's down to 104.04. It was 104.78 last week. It remains moderately strong compared to other currencies, but compared to gold and silver, it is losing ground quickly. So let's talk a little bit about these numbers. You know, I for the past year, I've been going to conferences, year and a half, and people have not been interested in gold. It's not been on their minds. I think it should have been. I've been screaming for a year and a half that gold at all-time highs is dirt cheap. And it was just falling on deaf ears. Central banks were buying, high net worth individuals were buying, investors were mainly out of this market, and if they were doing anything, they were selling to cover credit card debt. Okay? I mentioned back in February, March, I went to a conference and I started to see interest increasing. I started to see people asking questions, meaningful questions about buying gold as they should. I did a quick presentation yesterday to I think about 1,000 people, and I got to tell you, it was incredibly engaged. There was follow-on activity afterward. Everybody was hanging on every word, trying to find out what they should do about gold. The question was, when was there going to be a pullback so they could get into the market? Now the question is, did I miss it? And I got to tell you folks, nothing could be further from the truth. Again, we've been consolidating in gold for 4 years, 2018 to 2021, or $2,100 an ounce, $1,800 to $2,100 an ounce. And in that time frame, we were building support for the move higher that has just begun. Get in motion out of this. Gold is still dirt cheap and will be dirt cheap for a while here at all-time highs. Silver, if you're interested in a profit play, of course, gold is wealth insurance. If you're interested in a profit play, silver is very intriguing too. It's consolidated for 4 years at half of all-time highs and has been lagging its leader, gold. Both are incredibly attractive prices for both gold and silver here. Both are something you should get into and not wait for a dip. Go ahead and start allocating if you haven't already. The time is now. Let's be very clear. As always, we want you to go ahead and join us on YouTube, sign up, like us, send us your comments and questions. Go ahead and join us on our social media. Pick up our twice weekly, always something interesting alerts, and our once monthly information line newsletter. But in the end, don't ever forget that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.